So when we're looking at this Triceratops, this entire frill section, that's all real.
Cannot do this at most museums.
That is a real piece of bone from a real Triceratops. What's up guys, so I'm actually on field right now in the Wellington Green Mall in Palm Beach County, Florida, and I'm going to be showing you guys an incredible museum called the Palm Beach Museum of Natural History. It's located right here, and guess what? Their 5th year anniversary is coming up on June 10th, the day that Jurassic World Dominion comes out. So if you guys are Palm Beach residents, you gotta check this place out, but let's head on in and take a look.
The executive director of the Palm Beach Museum of Natural History, and I've done paleontology, I've done archaeology. These are things that I got into later in life. My original career was as an Army officer, and when I got out in my mid-40s, I came to Florida where my family was living, and there was a natural history museum in Dania Beach, the Graves Museum of Archaeology and Natural History. I went in there as a volunteer in '94, and 10 years later I was the director.
So within this incredible compact museum, you actually have an exhibit showcasing what being on the road doing field work is actually like. So I'm gonna have Rudy explain to us exactly what this is.
This is a replica of our field camp in South Dakota, and this is where we go to excavate dinosaurs, where Robert De Palma worked for several years. And what you see out here, that is actually the ranch. This is a private ranch out in South Dakota. The rancher's wife was a science teacher named Cheryl. So she called us up and said, "I got dinosaur bones on my property, come get it." When we go out here, we spend 3 months out here. That's when the ground isn't frozen. It snowed on us in June out here. Everything in that tent is actually my gear. That's my cot, my hat, my sleeping bag.
What I personally love about this museum, it being so small and so compact, it really gives you an opportunity to explore in depth all the amazing things that they have put here on display. This, I see it sort of like a go on your own adventure and explore, but of course they offer you these incredible tours that you can take right here, where you'll really have people from the museum showing you step by step what everything is on display. The museum has, like I mentioned earlier, so many little nooks and crannies where things are hidden and put for you to discover and explore. If you're a young kid, or again, if you're a dinosaur enthusiast and you want to learn about these things and you're down in the South Florida area, this is one of the only places where you can do it. And really getting a look at all this stuff, you can come here and spend a lot of time just reading all the signs that they have, looking at all the amazing fossils that they have, the replicas that they have, maps of Florida showing you Florida history. As being in South Florida, we don't have a rich culture of paleontology compared to what we have out west in the United States, especially in the Midwest, places like Hell Creek, places like Montana, Wyoming.
There's a lot to be told. There's quite a story here. I think a lot of people in Southern Florida don't know the history of Southern Florida. Who were the original people that lived here? Who were the Native Americans? There were thriving communities here. The myth that the Americas were this pristine wilderness untouched by humans, or the Native Americans left a very light imprint on the ground, it is a myth. There's quite a story to be told here. Florida is one of the best places in the world to get Pleistocene animals, Ice Age animals. We had mammoths here, we had mastodons, saber cats. I don't know of another museum here in Southern Florida that actually has those, where you can go and see a fully reconstructed mammoth or even a replica of those animals. We're trying to tell that story too. It's an amazing story. Florida is one very interesting place. And that's the purpose of this museum. That's what we set out to do back in 2004. When Graves closed, we formed this museum in 2005. We did manage to hang on to the original dig material, the prime research material of archaeological material that had been excavated from 1959 to 2000 by the Broward County Archaeological Society. So it's a strong background in archaeology. We have all of that original research material here. We're hoping to turn it into proper exhibits. Parkland put a small exhibit into their library. We're working with Coral Springs and other communities around here to tell the story of the people that did live here and the history, the prehistory of Florida. It's a story that needs to be told, and that's what we're trying to do here.
Now, I want to tell you guys something that's even more special about this place that Rudy just informed me about. So when you usually come to a museum of natural history and you see dinosaur skeletons or fossils on display, you'll have the fossils laid out usually as a replica, and then the actual bones are sitting somewhere in the back in storage, being taken care of in a special place. Here, anything that you see on this sign that has color, so blue, red, or yellow, are actual fossils that Robert De Palma dug up in South Dakota of this Triceratops. So when we're looking at this Triceratops, this entire frill section, this shoulder bone, that's all real. Rudy just invited me to touch the Triceratops.
Only because you know what a herbivore is, okay? You have to know what a herbivore is in order to be able to touch this dinosaur on the nose, okay? So you get a chance to pet a Triceratops today, that curved portion right there. Robert tells me it's called the snoodle.
The snoodle?
Yes, he says it's a technical term.
The snoodle.
He's got a master's degree. He should know these things.
Well, as a dinosaur lover, I'm getting to touch the snoodle.
You cannot do this at most museums.
Look at that.
So there you go. You've got to pet a real dinosaur.
That is a real piece of bone from a real Triceratops. That's something you can't do every day, and that's amazing. Wow. So my friends, exiting the museum in front of the Smilodon and the Triceratops on my side, I can really give you guys a full endorsement in visiting the Palm Beach Museum of Natural History. This place is incredible, and it's one of the only hubs in South Florida that you can come and see these things on display and learn about them, and of course come here, take the tour. And as an extra reminder to you guys, on June 10th is their 5th year anniversary. On June 10th, the day that Jurassic World Dominion comes out. So if you're local to this area, go watch the movie here in the mall, and then come right after, meet the crew, meet Rudy, take a tour, and learn all about the amazing animals that you just saw in the movies. I came to the Palm Beach Museum of Natural History to learn about this small museum and also have a conversation with paleontologist Robert De Palma. If you haven't had a chance to see that interview, I highly recommend you do. A card will be on screen right now. What I ended up leaving with is a sense of gratitude to the fact that these are the people who used to run one of my favorite museums when I was a kid. And the fact that elements of that museum are still alive and well today, at the helm of Rudy and Rob and the other amazing crew that they have there, it brings a real joy to my heart. I'm so excited to have partnered with Palm Beach Museum of Natural History to produce this video. And I hope this is one of many museum tours that we can do in the future to show you guys incredible dinosaur sites around the world. But being that this is a museum in my home state where I grew up, and one that is literally the reincarnation of my favorite childhood museum that was just minutes from my house growing up, I couldn't be happier to have had these guys be my first. Thank you, Rudy, and everyone at the Palm Beach Museum of Natural History for making this video possible. And to those of you guys watching the Dinosaur channel, we'd appreciate you joining our channel to help support us so we can continue making amazing videos just like this. You'll unlock cool icons and emojis that you can use when interacting with our channel. See you guys on the next one. Goodbye.